Slavery, a rather popular concept back in the day, because if you were an owner, you had these humans who worked for you for free, a bit like interns, but forever. But then all these humans got together at some point in history and decided it's probably a bad idea. I mean, slavery is so 18th century. As it turns out, it's still worth a lot of money, and there are people who don't tend to take the law very seriously, and there are places, well, where the law is not serious enough. Hence, it still exists today. But what if I told you that India was the world's slave capital today? So what is slavery? Well, your 9 to 5 job might sure feel like it, but it's not. Slavery is when you can be owned like a piece of property. It's a bit like buying a cow. Well, not a cow because a cow has serious rights. It's more like buying a potato, because what you do with your potato, nobody's gonna ask you. It's your potato. And just like potatoes, humans have been traded throughout history. India's relationship with slavery goes way back. In the Hindu right-wing fundamentalist fan fiction, Manusmriti, it's been mentioned 7 times, as there are 7 ways of owning a slave. And during the Delhi Sultanate, Indian slaves were available for relatively cheap and seemed to be a popular buy with foreign tourists. But then, why am I dredging up the past? I mean, it's all bygones, right? Well, I wish that was the case. Let me show you what's the reality of slavery. Let's check it out. According to the International Labour Organization, human trafficking, debt bondage, and forced prostitution were worth $150 billion worldwide. Yeah, sometimes free markets do win. And when it comes to India, one has to ask the question, how big is slavery in India? Well, it's 1.4 crore people big. Yeah, that's more than the population of Hungary, Portugal, Greece, and Israel. India really leads the world when it comes to slavery. There are predominantly 4 kinds of slavery in India. 1. Debt bondage, which is really popular in the rural areas, especially in the agricultural and the brick making sector. Here, people are given loans at stupendous rates of interest, which they can never pay back. And then their kids have to. And then their kids. And then their kids. The second form of slavery is forced marriages. This is rather a new trend, thanks to the fucked up sex ratio of India. Here, young girls and women are bought for as little as 500 to 1000 rupees from the poorer states of India and then sold in the upmarket areas such as Haryana, Punjab and Jharkhand for as much as 50,000 to a lakh rupees. Third form of slavery, child labor, which was very much prevalent in the industrial sector but now has been successfully reduced, but is still very much there in the domestic. Every year, thousands of children from the poorer states of India just vanish to become domestic help in the others. In Chhattisgarh alone, 10,500 children vanished in 2013 and nobody cared, because according to the police and general population, it's not even slavery, it's just people migrating for a better life. The fourth form of slavery. Yeah, now we have gone international. Forced migrant labor. Here, agents in India will send people abroad with these lucrative jobs. Only when they reach there, their passports are taken forcefully away from them, sometimes even legally, and then they're at the mercy of the employers, or should I say owners. The problem is, our government knows about these forms of slavery. Hell, even we know about these forms of slavery. Then, why do they exist? Yeah, I know, that was a lot to take in. But the fact of the matter is, slavery is a reality in India. And it's not perpetuated by some evil organization. It's perpetuated by people like you and me. By that mom and pop shop in the next gully. By that auntie in your building. By that workshop that you have been to. Or a restaurant. We have all seen slavery. We have just chosen to ignore it. What if India is the slave capital of the world? And we have just gotten really used to it. So this much is clear. Slavery is bad. Now the point is, how do you identify it and how do you deal with it? I mean, I would love to know what you guys think. Do let us know in the comments down below. And if you like this video, please like, share and subscribe to Fancy Alligator.
Bunty is going to be an engineer from IIT and Pinky, a famous doctor. This is the modern Indian family that we have been taught to aspire to. But what if I tell you that this Indian family is a lie?